Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Welcome to my channel. This is, of course, MJ, the coding coach. Thank you so much for joining me. I made a post the other day on all of my social media sites about blogging this week about my journey to my dream job. So I wanted to kind of give you guys insight, what I have going on, why I'm so excited. And it's actually a motivating story as well. So I wanted to share it with you guys because a lot of times during our coding journey, it's very easy to be discouraged. So I always like to give inspiration, motivation, things like that. And also just to give you insight into my journey. So I am currently in Chicago. It is Monday, February the 22nd. I am currently in Chicago for training. I'm sweating too. So I am currently in Chicago for training. I'll be here all week. And this is an HCC supervisory role. So you guys hear me talk about HCC a lot. That's my favorite type of coding. I like repetitive coding. So HCC coding is my favorite. Okay, so let's get into the story. So last year, I got a call from someone on Indeed, the same company. So they were looking for a HCC coder. The company was very new. They hadn't had an address in Atlanta yet. They were building, they were coming, and they needed the coder to be in place. Okay. So about a year or so ago, I did have HCC experience, but it was the bare minimum. I was more focused on other type of coding, although I knew HCC was trending and I knew how to HCC code. But like I said, it was the bare minimum. I never dug into books. I never tried to learn anything on my own. It was just, I know a little bit. I know enough. That was not the case. So I applied for the job. And what made me apply for the job, because it was so attractive. The salary, the hours, the benefits, the role within itself. Because I love provider education. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to educate providers about coding. So it had provider education inside of the roles. I'm like, wow, this is my perfect role. This is my dream job. This was last year. So, okay. So they called me. I set up the interviews. I passed all of the interviews. They had just about offered me the job. So before they offered me the job, they sent a pre-employment exam. The pre-employment exam was like 200 pages. I kind of figured that they really didn't know about sending pre-employment exams since it was a new company, it was a startup, or whatever. But it was a 200-page pre-employment exam. So by me not being as familiar with HCC coding, I freaked out. I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to pass this exam. So I'm just going to email them back, let them know I have something going on, or whatever the case, because I'm not as knowledgeable as I thought I was. I thought I was knowledgeable of HCC enough. That exam showed me that I wasn't. So instead of running away from the challenge, it made me kind of quote unquote go harder. It made me want to kind of tap in, dig in, and find out all of the information that I needed to know about HCC. I hate to feel defeated. As you know, if you watched my channel, you saw that I took the CPC exam 3 times. So I refuse to be defeated. So I thought that job slipped through my hands. I was so disappointed. I was like, oh my God, that was my dream job, you know, and I just chalked it up to Marciana. That means you need to get back on your stuff. You need to study. Just because you're certified, just because you're knowledgeable in a lot of things, that doesn't mean stop learning. That doesn't mean stop taking workshops, stop taking webinars, stop taking seminars. Continue to learn and to grow. Don't stop once you're certified. So I saw an opportunity maybe about 3 weeks after that. I saw an opportunity with United Healthcare. So United Healthcare offered extensive 4 to 6 week HCC training. Now, they didn't pay a lot of money. I think I was making like $26 an hour, $26 an hour, which is decent for coding, which is good sometimes for coders. So I took the job. They extensively trained me for 6 weeks. And I worked for United Healthcare for an entire year up until this January the 5th. So that training with United Healthcare thoroughly prepared me for any HCC job. When I was working for United Healthcare, I would have charts that would be up to 1,500 pages. And of course, I was, upset. It's 1,500 page chart, But in the long run, I knew it would be beneficial for me. So I didn't complain too much because I knew what my end goal would be, or what I was trying to accomplish. So work for United Healthcare through CSI, and that's a contractor who works closely with United Healthcare, HCC. So if you want to look them up, CSI is a great company to work for. They also train you for HCC. So what I'll do is, if you're interested in becoming an HCC coder, I know they offer training. So what I'll do is I have a direct contact, a recruiter that recruits for United Healthcare, and I'll drop her email address inside the description box. So if you feel like you're up for the challenge, if you have your CPC certification already, or if you have your CRC already, then go ahead and send her an email after you watch this video. Go ahead and send her an email, and you can let her know that Marciana Jones referred you. So, like I said, worked for United Healthcare up until January the 5th of last month. So, around January the 28th, I saw the job open again. So I was like, is this my dream job again? Am I dreaming? I literally was thinking that as I ran across it on Indeed. And so as I ran across it on Indeed, of course, I applied. Because you know what? I'm ready now. I felt very confident. I took a year to challenge myself. I had extensive training. I worked in it extensively for a little over a year. So I felt prepared. So they gave me a call, let's say on a Wednesday. He gave me a call and he was like, "Hi, Marciana, I saw you apply before when we were opening a year or so ago. We have another coder position open, and I was seeing, was you interested again? I saw that you applied." So of course, I'm still interested. So we talked. He let me know more about the company, what they've been up to in the past year, how much they've grown, and things like that. So after he let me know, we set up an interview for that following Friday, which was 2 days later. So we set the interview up. The interview went well. I answered all of the questions. And he was like, "Hey, I want to pass you out to the VP. I want you to have an interview with her on next week. And I'm also going to send you the pre-employment exam so you can complete over the weekend." So, of course, this time I did not freak out. Why? Because I had taken a year previously to prepare myself. So, like I said, I hate to be defeated, so I prepared myself. So I said, "Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and send it." And he was like, "Well, can we set up the interview for next Friday?" And I asked him, does she have anything for Monday? Because we don't have to wait till next Friday if she has something for Monday. He's like, "Oh, I wanted to give you a chance to do the test and, give you a moment." No, sir. I don't need a moment. If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. Now, that's what my grandmother said. So I was ready. And so I was like, no, we can set it up for Monday. Let's go ahead and do that. So he set my interview up with the VP on Monday. So, of course, over the weekend, I opened up the exam. So when I opened up the exam, I was like, "Oh, okay. I can do this with my eyes closed." I'm sorry, I just had you to visualize. So I completed the exam. I felt just super confident that I got all of them right, or, I did a great job, things like that. So Monday comes. I sent my pre-employment coding exam back on that Sunday. My interview with the VP was on that Monday. So she called me at 12 p.m. We had an interview. It went well. She was very impressed with my skills because I also do health IT as well. So I know a lot about EHR systems, template building, navigation, things like that. So also, not just being a regular coder, look into other things as a coder. Now, if you are a coder who just wants to sit behind the computer, click the mouse, go to the next chart, That's fine if that's what you want to do. However, there are so many roles that will present itself if you learn more and get into more things. There are so many roles that will present itself other than just regular coding sitting behind a computer. Like I said, there's provider education, there's health IT. The thing is, you have to research these things to see what's going on. So, had the interview at 12 p.m. It went exceptionally well. I made 100 on the exam. I knew. So I made 100 on the exam. They were very impressed. So she was like, okay, we'll be in touch. We'll be getting back with you. So 3 hours later, the same day, I was getting an offer in my email. And I can say that this is the most I've been offered in a coding role. Their benefits are great. Everything about this company from the very beginning has been a beautiful experience. Now, I'm here. I'm wearing the same clothes from yesterday. My luggage is not here, but that's not the company's fault. So that's another issue with American Airlines. But everything about this company so far has been amazing, simply amazing. From the vetting process, the interviewing process, the hiring, the logistics coordinator with getting me here to Chicago. So everything has been amazing from the very start. So they offered me the job, like I said, 3 hours later, and here I am. I'm here. This is my dream job. This is everything that I've been working toward. And I also create visions in your mind, like manifest things. Be positive, be optimistic. People might think you're crazy for manifesting things. Manifest them. And for an example, this is, like I said, my first day with the company. They flew me out to Chicago. I have training all this week. When I first got hired for the job, my thought was, in the next 2 years, I am going to show them the need for provider education. And once I show them the need for in-depth provider education, then they're going to create a department for provider education, because that's going to be separate. That's going to be so important that we educate our providers on the coding, the documentation, and everything else. So I've already manifested for myself that they're going to need a provider education department, and I've manifested for myself that I'm going to be the head of that department. That's not even a job yet within my company. I'm creating me a position in my mind, and with that in my mind, I'm manifesting it through my words and with my actions when I go to work every day. So make sure you manifest things. Make sure you're optimistic, you're positive, and make sure you work hard. I see a lot of coders complaining about it's no money out here, I can't find a job, things like this. If you are CPC certified and you cannot find a job, then you have to look at other avenues of what could be possibly going on. People are looking for you. If you have a coding certification from a reputable coding organization, people are looking for you. There's no reason you shouldn't be hired. So if you're having a difficult time, because there are also, and people will say, well, I don't have experience. Everybody's looking for experience. There are also companies that will train you. There are also companies that will give you the opportunity without experience. However, that's up to you to find those things. So don't rely on the school that said they're going to do job placement and things like that. You have to take control of your own destiny and your own career. If you're CPC certified and you haven't found any employment yet, start from the beginning. Say things to yourself like, are they not calling me back because my resume doesn't look good? Because your resume is your first impression. So how would they know that you're the person for the job? How would they know to call you if when they look at your resume, they skip right over it because it's something that you're not doing with your resume? So even if you're getting called back and getting interviews but not getting a job, look at things like, do I interview well? Am I confident? Do they believe in me? Because believe it or not, when you're on these interviews, they don't know anything about you other than what they see on the paper and other than what you tell them. If you're not confident in yourself, then how could you expect them to be confident in your abilities as well? So this was a short story time. I wanted to tell you guys how I got my dream job. It circled around a year later. And one thing about it, what's for you will be for you if you want it to be for you and if you work hard. Nothing is going to fall in your lap at all. So I knew I wanted to be more in depth with HCC other than the basic foundational knowledge. So I took a year to really study, go to workshops, webinars, seminars, additional training, took a job at lower pay so I can get the training I needed that was necessary to make me a proficient coder. And my job, and I feel like my purpose, is also to teach you guys everything that I've learned and everything that I know to help you guys become proficient as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on my social media platforms. Instagram is going to be the coding coach _CPC. And on Facebook, it is Dynamic Billing and Coding Group. Thank you so much for joining me. And this week, I am going to blog every day about my experience with my dream job. So like I said, this week is training. So if I learn anything new or just my experience period, I'm going to come back and I'm going to blog or vlog all week about my experience here in Chicago. So thank you so much for joining. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you're following so you can catch every one of these videos. Thank you again, and you guys have a great day.